and welcome back to my channel. This is Nikki from Abbey Meadow Crafts and I'm back with another video. This is my November completed pages video and hugely focused on the hashtag November Mad Tea Party and Alice in Wonderland, which I was delighted with because it was also my birthday month and it's one of my favourite stories from childhood. And so I'm going to move these over and then get started with explaining, showing my pages for this month. I've got I think it's 7 completed pages and 3 whips. Didn't get that much done, but yeah, it was such a busy month, as I explained in my my birthday haul video. I had my birthday, I had tonsillitis, so that took me out from being able to speak for around a week. I was struggling and it's just been really busy this month. So we've got my planner, and one of the things that, as this is, I only started this planner in September, but it's going to become my notebook because I want to move to a specific colouring planner from Amanda Colours for 2026. So I'm going to be ordering one of those pretty soon so that I can get that all set up ready to start in January. So here we have I don't know if I'm going to carry on doing stats. I've finished with Facebook stats because it just, yeah, nothing's happening with it. Instagram, I've gone up a little bit to 264. I think there's about 20 more on there. TikTok was about around the same, about 20 more followers, 195. But YouTube's the one that I'm more excited about, and I like to keep a bit more of a sort of a watch on. So it's 98 subscribers now, which I am really grateful for everyone. Thank you to anyone who has subscribed, liked anything, watched anything. It does mean a real lot, because considering I started, wow, August, September time, and I put off recording my own videos for so long because I actually really don't like the sound of my own voice. So watching back videos is very difficult to edit for me. It has a name. If I can think of it, I'll put it in the comment in the box below the information section, because it's, I never knew it was a thing, but I really don't like the sound of my own voice. It's really, I am very quirky anyway, but yeah, I think it's a thing. It's actual like, I don't know, like a phobia type thing. It's really strange. So editing for me is really tricky. I can listen to other YouTubers, colouring specific YouTubers, and I can listen to them for hours, and I think with mine I just I don't like my own voice, but I've pushed through and I've been able to get 98 people that have subscribed, and I'm extremely grateful for that, from someone who didn't like the sound of their own voice at all and still don't. Is amazing, and I'm hoping that in December I will reach that 100. That will be incredible. I didn't start the channel out of wanting to get like thousands of subscribers. I started because I love what I do, I love my hobby, and I wanted to share information with other people who like the same thing, and I wanted to build my confidence. That was like top of my list. I can say, like, I've done this, I've wanted to do it for so long. I put it off for so long, and now I've actually done it. So that is my main aim. So just checking how many. See, I just haven't kept such a tight watch this month on what I've done. This says 12 pages, but no, I haven't done Frogs and Friends. I haven't got around to that group book from the Colour With Us Facebook group. I didn't get around to that. Some of these are whips. I'll go through the ones I've done, and some of them are PDFs as well, so go through those. So first of all, before I start the November Mad Tea Party specific pages, because that was my main focus November, I just went with anything related to the Mad Tea Party bingo that I could tick off a page related to, or a specific Alice in Wonderland page. So everything has a connection to Alice in Wonderland and the Mad Tea Party 2025, which was the main hashtag for this month. Now, Nice Little Town 10 by Tatiana Bojima Stilova. I, by some fluke chance, received in a Vinted haul with some other books, with Marie Trolle, because I wanted to try a Marie Trolle book because I'd never coloured in hers before. And this arrived, and then I realised I watched Meg's channel from Meg's Colouring Corner, I think it is. Again, anyone I mention, I will pop down in the information under this video. And I received Nice Little Town 10, and then I realised through her channel that she organises a group via Instagram, and they choose a page a month. And so I'm gonna show this month's page here. So they chose it's like the mice are having a tea party, so it relates to the sort of Alice in Wonderland theme, tea party. And I think I will check the bingo in a minute, but it relates to teapots. It relates to teacups from the bingo, which I'll show the grid in a minute. I don't think it says mouse. Well, it could be an on birthday party as well. So that's a few that ticked off there. But I wanted to keep this in pastels. I was going to keep it plainly with my Shuttle Art pastel set of alcohol markers. And then there were sections that haven't blended in, and I thought I just want to go over with some shading. So I did try. I went through every single set of pencil crayons that I have so far, and I chose all of the pastel shades, and it did work because I've got polychromos here, I've got some Prismacolors on here, I've got some of the new Faber-Castell Black Edition from the pastel side of them, pastel set bit, so I've got those on here. And I've also got some Bufuna I've got the actual specific macaron set there, so I kept it to pastels, and I really am pleased with it. It's one of the pages that I'm happiest with that I've done over the last couple of months. I mean, the shading could have been a bit better on the leaf, but yeah, it's all right. Yeah, I'm really quite pleased with it. I just love pastels, so that really ticked everything there. So yeah, that will be going with the group ones, so it will be, I think it's shown on Instagram or Meg's channel. I'm not too sure yet because it was the first month of me joining, so I'll know more information about that soon. So this is the bingo chart that was made for the Mad Tea Party 2025. and the hosts for this were Finding Joy in Colour, Crafting Mama Bear 87, Tildy Wood Colours, and Julianne Annette Art. So I have been sharing on Instagram these pages as I completed them, and I've had some really lovely feedback from showing them my pages, and they had specific colour palettes. I kind of kept to the pastels, but I kind of did my own kind of pastel thing, so I wouldn't say it's specifically that palette. So I kept to some of the bingo prompts, and I did some PDFs from the organisers. They reached out to specific illustrators, artists, and they asked if they would like to produce a page for the specific month for Mad Tea Party 2025, and this one is by Kevin Teo Art, and I absolutely loved colouring this one. I used Copics, and sorry, I'm just trying to get that flat without showing too much of the other bit there. That's a bit better, I think. So I used the Copic markers. First time I ever used the skin tone Copic markers that I mentioned in my November haul video that I received for my birthday off my partner, Jake. He bought me the skin tone set. And so I really enjoyed using those, experimenting with those. And I used some Ohuhu markers, the normal set. I haven't used my new Ohuhu marker set yet, with the soft pastels. I kept that until I did the haul video. So yeah, I did some Language gel pen, the shiny style ones on the Cheshire Cat. I kept it to quite specific Alice in Wonderland colour palette, like the White Rabbit. The Mad Hatter, I used some inspiration from Pinterest. Yeah, Cheshire Cat's very much like the Disney version. Alice, again, colours from the Disney version. So yeah, I really did enjoy that. First time I've ever coloured anything from Kevin Teo. So yeah, enjoyed that one. I wanted to get some more of these PDF pages coloured in this month, but again, it was so busy I didn't get round to it, because I printed them off when they were shared by Finding Joy in Colour on her video, and she'd linked for the PDFs in the bottom of the video. But yeah, I will get round to these at some point, and if I join in hopefully in 2026, if they do the same hashtag for then, I can use these for that as well. I've got this one is by Leslie Baginski. Really enjoyed this one. Really wanted to use bright colours for this one. I used Copics again, and some Ohuhu markers. I went over some sections with my Polychromos pencils, and I'd heard that Polychromos are quite good for feathers and fur and hair, so I did use them on here. Use traditional Disney colours for the Cheshire Cat and the caterpillar. So I wanted to include a page with a caterpillar in, because I found that really quite difficult. I will show another page where I have got a caterpillar specific page, but it was quite tricky finding that one. But again, that's very specific for the whole hashtag of Mad Tea Party 2025. Yeah, really enjoyed doing that one. I wanted it bright and cheerful. Put some highlights in as well, using the Language gel white there. So yeah, love that one. And again, I didn't get round to sorry, I put that in the wrong page there. Try and keep all of my PDFs in a specific folder and then they're all in one place then. So I've got this one I really wanted to get round to, really detailed, and I really did like it. It's from Jen Katz, but yeah, I will colour that eventually. And then this is a page from the new book by Rita Berman. Still trying to get a hold of that book. It's really hard to get a hold of it in the UK. Keeping an eye on my Amazon wish list. I think I might have to get it from Blackwell's, but even they didn't have it when I last searched. But that was her kind of gift image that I printed off. She'd given it as a PDF, so I just wanted to practice. I've never coloured a Rita Berman page before, so that will be my practice. I'm going to leave that in case I need to reference any of these pages, if I need to remember the hashtag or anything, because my brain is like a sieve. If I start with, I'm going to start with the whips, and then I'll go to the specific ones that I finished for this hashtag. So we've got, how many whips did I say? I think it's 3. Yeah, 3 whips that I just didn't quite get round to. I wanted to, and I do want to finish them. They will get finished. Didn't get round to the teapot page, so I'll take that out. Yeah, it's very detailed. I was going to do it because it's got teapots and teacups, but no, didn't quite get round to it, which was I did get to the other page in this book. If I had completed it, it would be my first ever completed page in a mythographic book, so that's what I really want to achieve. Here are my magnetic bookmarks that I said about in my birthday and Black Friday haul. It hasn't bent the page at all, so that's good. So here I've got, so sorry, I'll go back to the start, get back into the practice, but it's been a while since I did completed pages. So Mythographic Voyage by Joseph Kattenbang. First time I've ever had a book of his as well, and I chose this page because I wanted a caterpillar page. Now I've done some altering on this page because I did realise from the start that this caterpillar is on a roller coaster. It reminds me of the caterpillar ride I used to go on as a child. You've seen quite a few theme parks. We used to go to the West Midlands Safari Park when I was like really young, and they had a caterpillar child mini roller coaster. But this looks like, this isn't obviously an upside down roller coaster, so it's a bit different. But what I realised quite early on is that this caterpillar is displaying the whole ride, but this was a caterpillar at the front of the ride with the boy on. Now what I wanted, I looked at it at first and I thought that caterpillar looks really like the Cheshire Cat, but he'd still got the antennae here. So what I've done is I've altered the page to make it look like the Cheshire Cat from the live action film of Alice in Wonderland. That's obviously different to the Disney version. So he also reminds me of my cat Hedwig. So yeah, I'd altered it basically, but I haven't finished it. I want to go over it with my Prismacolor pencils. It's based with a Hoo watercolor markers, the pupae set, I think that's how you say it, or pupa, no, pupae I think it is. But yeah, I do really want to finish this, and I've based this it's quite funny actually, I've based this character here on my partner Jake, because he is obsessed with roller coasters, and so I've just I've done it like he's on the roller coaster. So yeah, that's that page. So that's a whip. I do really want to get that finished, because I did enjoy doing that. There we go. And then we've got my next whip. Just putting that back in there. Sorry. Oh, can't get my books back. Such a limited space in this room. I will, like I said in my previous video, I am going to have a massive craft room sort out in January. It's kind of like my New Year's resolution to do. It's because mythographic books are quite big and it's not fitting there. Sorry. So we've got from my October Lyrica haul, which I can't remember if I did share them in something, because I showed the Dragons du Monde book as well by Diane Dufour. I showed this at the same time, I'm sure I did. And there were several pages in here I could have focused on. There was the Cheshire Cat. Seen this done so beautifully as well on other channels. Desperate to get that done. Again, time did not allow. I don't think I will show Maleficent in a minute because I didn't show her yet. I'll show the whip first, then I'll show Maleficent after. But there was another page. Oh, flowers. There were flowers in here. The singing flowers. So I wanted to get that. That did actually rip the page. That just shows. That is why. Oh no, I can't believe that's actually just happened. That is why I will no longer use post-it notes in colouring pages. I should have gone a bit careful with that. I'm going to have to do a bit of a repair job there. It's not the end of the world because these pages are quite thick. Luckily. Thankfully, I'll just go over with black lines. But yeah, that is why I am no longer using post-it notes in my colouring pages. No way. I am now using magnetic bookmarks for that very reason. I can't believe I said about it in my previous video of my birthday haul and it's actually happened. Yeah. But yeah, I will adjust that. I can't believe it actually just happened. So that was an option which I didn't get around to. I'm going to be very careful with pulling these off now. So Cheshire Cat, you're going to be, yeah, that's better. Probably was me being a bit rushed, which I will slow down a little bit, but yeah, we're on 22 minutes so far. But yeah, that is precisely why I'm not using post-it notes anymore. But here is the specific whip. I'm going to take that out as well. Oh, no more post-it notes. They are banned. Banned from my pages. I think we can get this in here. So this is the specific Alice and Dinah page. Love all the hearts, so I went with the colours of pinks and purples. Lots of pastel-y kind of colours. They're using the Butfuna macaron set. Yeah, I do need to finish it. So I've based in a Hoo watercolour markers, the pupae set. I kind of did like it using that on the tree because it is quite sketchy, and the book's quite sketchy in that the sketch marks are left on places, and I do quite like that. It's different to my other books. So I was going to leave the tree, but now I think I am going to do a little bit of shading on it because the hearts just needed a little bit of shading to pop out. I've shaded her Alice's dress. I've used polychromos pencils there. I picked up some more the nice, I can't remember the specific colour, but the deeper blue is the one I picked up yesterday from open stock from a local art shop. So yeah, really want to get that finished. Also without ripping any more pages, goodness me. And third whip, and I am going to remove this as well because I am now scared that it's going to happen to any page that I do. Is, sorry, I need to go back, that distracted me so much. I've got post-it notes everywhere as well. They're just like the bane of my life now. Sorry, I should have explained. It's Petite Poupées, and it's the Hatchet Little Heroes series, and I can't remember the thought it had an illustrator. Oh yeah, Capucine Civillon. Again, I am awful with pronunciation, so I do apologise. But yeah, that was from Lyrica. And then we've got Phantomorphia by Kirby Rosands. My first time I've done anything in this book, and it was the crown page. Really, really wanted to get a crown done for the Alice in Wonderland, because on the, oh, I can't get that right, sorry about that, I'm gonna have to zoom out more for this because it's one of the larger books. So for this was on the bingo, Mad Tea Party bingo, I've got crown ticked off with this page, I've got white roses, and I've got red roses ticked off with this page, so that was quite a nice one to do. I used my metallic paints. They're the set I got from Temu. Amazing metallic paints, and the background there's like a white pearlescent I used. I didn't want to use the orange pearlescent. I don't want to use orange on this page anyway, but the darker pearlescent, the darker metallic paints from this set, they don't show up very good on screen. I don't know if you can see but the lighter paints, they're fine on screen. But when I did my buddy colour for Halloween, I'd based the background in orange metallic paint, watercolour paint, and it looks so streaky on screen. So I was really put off from using the darkers. But yeah, I've got the gold, and it's like a light gold and then a darker gold for the crown. I'm going to go over those with the metallic set from Funa, and I've used Winsor & Newton actual watercolour paints, my art set, for the roses and the leaves here, and I just need to go over them. I mean, yeah, they do need going over. I need to do some work on these because I've had to go, the white roses, I've had to go slightly into almost, I had to put like a dip of yellow and they've come out creamer because obviously of showing up on the page. So I think the shading is going to help to bring them out a bit more. So it does need working on. Yeah, I will get that done because I really like that. And so more specific to Alice in Wonderland that I have completed was from the Petite Poupées bookmark Hatchet Heroes. This is the bookmark 40 pages set from Lyrica that I got same time as the books, and I completed this bookmark. I don't know if that's showing up on screen there properly. I'm trying to get it straight. Yeah, it's the teacups when she's at the tea party, the teapot pouring itself. I really like that one. I used purely Copic shell markers there. My new set and my original set I tried to stick to the same thing there. Yeah, and I really like how that came out. And really impressed with the paper quality of these bookmarks because I had very minimal bleed through from using the markers, which is very unusual. So yeah, I like that. We've got 2 pages. That is a smaller. I'm gonna zoom back into my normal screen size there. So Escape to Wonderland by Good Wives and Warriors. I'd seen this book on other channels and I thought I really wanted it for this month's hashtag. I wanted a specific Alice in Wonderland couple of books which I managed to get together, and they were from Vinted, so I was really lucky to get them because neither of them had been coloured in previously, so that was good. I'm going to show this one first. Double-sided book, small book, very manageable pages, which I really enjoyed, and I have this page does smell a lot because I have set it with specific art setting spray. So it's there were doors all around the hall, but they were all locked. It's the key, the lock scene from when Alice is stuck and she just can't get back out. So it's that bit. I wanted to make it really pop, so I used those Stabilo pastel pencils in the background, graduated. I blended with, I did a tester of blenders actually on here. I used some Q-tips, I used my fingers, and I used I'm trying to think what, there was something else. I used the eyeshadow little tiny, I bought some new eyeshadow little sponges for testing out pastels, and I didn't really like that as much. But what I really found really effective was using the blending stumps that I use for my art course. So it was nice to bring those over into my colouring as well. So that's how they were blended, and I used it to do the this wooden look of this door before you get to the keyhole, which I did. I really like this shading. And the inside, the blue and the greens and the turquoise, that's Language gel pens, the shiny style ones. So I really wanted that to stand out. Yeah, really, that's one of my favourite pages of the month actually. In fact, I think it is my favourite one that I did for the whole Alice hashtag. There were so many that, again, I am not gonna put there. That's a book that is a bit shinier, the paper's a bit smoother and they come off better. But for that Petite Poupées book, it's got a thicker tooth of the paper, and it just it just pulled it off. And yeah, I'm not going to do that again. So it's the Mad Hatter's hat that stood out to me straight away. I haven't put a background on it because I just wanted it to stand out on its own. So I used this as a inspiration palette. I printed it off Pinterest. I don't think I religiously stuck to it, but I used it as a bit of an inspiration. And it is purely Language gel pens, the 1mm nib thickness, plain and the shiny style. And it was nice to use them on a whole page, because I normally use them to like finish off pages and do a bit of glitter on. But yeah, I used this for the whole thing and really enjoyed it. Yeah, so really enjoyed doing the Mad Hatter's hat, and because it is his hat, I could just go crazy with the colours and not worry about colour matching or anything like that. I just went for it, and it doesn't matter if it clashes because it's the Mad Hatter. So yeah, got that one. So I've got 2 done in that book because it's a nice smaller size. I don't think I did get any others done. No, so it was those 2. But really pleased with that, really like that book. Again, I don't have to just colour in that for November. I can colour in any time of year because it's one of my favourite childhood stories. Last 2 almost there. And so this was purchased at the same as the book from Vinted. I'm just going to make sure bigger book, it's like A4 but bigger, I think, so that has to go to there. Yeah, I'm going to take this out again. I've learnt my lesson. See, that's sticking to it more. It's the sort of toothier the paper is, the worse they stick they stick to them, and then you risk ripping your page, so I'm not going to do that anymore. Now this is one of my kind of project books anyway. Sorry, front. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, with the original Sir John Tenniel illustrations. So I love the vintage style illustrations. It's by Macmillan Publishers. I think it's by Macmillan Publishers. I think it's an older book. There was quite a lot of them on Vinted. Doesn't have, that might be in the back, information about it. Just tells you all about there. So they said in 1995 Macmillan commissioned the artist Diz Wallace to create coloured versions of his original artwork. So I'm wondering if, I just don't know how old this book will be. I'm guessing, oh, here we go, 2015. So it's as old as my daughter, and she's 11 in March. So yeah, quite old, this book, compared to some colouring books. So yeah, I'm having it as a project book because I love Alice in Wonderland. But also I found the quality of this paper did not buckle, and it did not misshape. It hardly moved when I put my Winsor and Newton, for my art course I've got a palette, the half pan set of watercolors, and I did a test in the back, and it didn't budge, it didn't buckle, it didn't move. It's like, wow, it's really good paper for watercolor media. So this whole book, because also I find that because it is so big and it is so detailed, you need a medium that is going to work quickly. And with my watercolors, I tend to, when I'm using them in coloring, I use the, I didn't put that in the haul actually. On the Black Friday deal, I got the Derwent Click water pens. So you just fill it with water and click, and then it will release into the palette, or you can mix it in the palette, the trays, and then put it onto the page. Some people do it differently, but that's how I do it. And so I finished this page, I think it was 1 or 2 hours I finished this page. Obviously it hasn't got any shading over the top in pencil crayons, it's purely watercolors. But I think because of the style, the sketchy style of this artist, I think it works. It can afford to be a bit more what's the word, kind of unpolished. I think it doesn't have to be immaculately shaded. I'm sure there are, if it's a 2015 book, there are going to be lots of flip through, so I'm not going to flip through the whole lot. But I mean, I've seen pages completed where this is all done to match that, so that's more manageable with the watercolor paints. And I've got this one that I've marked off. I've got one of my cat bookmarks there, which again has not bent this page, so they get my approval, not sticky post-it notes. This I have marked to do next because I didn't get to do a flamingo for the hashtag, the whole Mad Tea Party 2025. So I've marked that page because I might want to have a go at that, and I like the black background. But yeah, I'm going to purely keep 2 watercolor paints on here because it is very sketchy anyway. So I think it just allows for a quicker, bigger paintbrush working area. So and the paper is amazing for watercolors. So yeah, so that's that one. So I don't think I actually spoke about the specific page because I was so distracted talking about the whole project of the book. And it's, yeah, the caterpillar. Who are you? That page. Oh no. Sorry, I had that real thing where panic where my audio just completely stopped and went off, and I had to just change it over and charge the other one, the microphone. And I was literally on my last book. So it was like, oh, so frustrating because I was almost there. So I'm adding my last book on, and it's Nightfall by Maria Trolle. First ever Maria Trolle book, in a lovely bundle from Vinted. It was in the same one as the Little Town 110, lovely little town. So it was in that bundle. So it had been coloured in before. They've even done the this book belongs to page, and I'm not going to flip through it because it's not a lot of it's not my work. But I mean, I think there's 4 pages complete. I'm going to definitely remove that. That's gone. 4, maybe 5 pages, but there's enough in this book, and it was a reasonable price to still be able to do some in it myself. And so I did this page. I'm just going to properly, it's not all in there. So this page was done, really, if we just think about the specific hashtag for the bingo, Mad Tea Party bingo, it's rabbit, and that's about it. Because it doesn't have nest, it doesn't have birds from what I can see. I'm just checking through, but this I think somebody else's channel flipped through it, and I think it's Finding Joy in Colour, and she flipped through all the books that she had, and I'm sure it was her that said that this reminded her of Alice when she was going through her plans for this specific hashtag for November. And so when I looked at this page, it's like when Alice eats the eat me food, and she grows out the top of the house and there's a bird's nest on her head. So just that's kind of done in a tribute to that part of the film, part of the book. And yeah, so I used Prismas for the skin tones, because I hadn't got skin tones for polychromos at that point. I have got a few more now after a shopping trip yesterday. And the rest of it, so the flowers are done with polychromos, and the sky shading is done with polychromos. Hasn't gone in as much as what I wanted it to, but it's kind of like a sunset scene, night, like sunset sky, so sort of end of the day kind of thing. So I can kind of live with that it's not as shaded as well as I thought. I was doing practice with layering here, because I was practicing using polychromos where they layer, they don't blend. So because I'm so used to Prismacolors that blend. But yeah, I'm really pleased with this page. Just love how bright it is, colourful, and yeah, I did, her colours are all Alice colours, so her dress is Alice colours, and that's the white rabbit. But yeah, and that's obviously the singing flowers, so it's all kind of bundled into this page with the bird's nest on her head. So yeah, that is my last page for this hashtag. Absolutely loved colouring these pages this month. Wish I could have done more, but obviously this was what I could manage, and I'm happy with that. Yeah, I've got maybe December plans coming out, although I'm probably just going to get on with December and then do it all in a December completed pages video, because of the time of year is extremely busy. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.